If you want to lose weight, then you also need to be lifting weights, because in the end of the day, we just want to look good with our clothes off, right? We want to have nice bodies. And the way to do that is to get definition. Now, the way you get definition is by shrinking the fat cells that you have. Now, the way you shrink the fat cells is by getting on proper nutrition, eating right. And that's what we talked about in my previous video. But you also need to be building some muscle, because if you build muscle and shrink the fat cells at the same time, you will reveal the definition and you will look amazing. In today's video, I want to reveal to you the 3 ways to lift weights and how you need all 3 and do them every week. I wrote them all out on this board right here. Now I'm going to jump straight into it. The blue is called max effort. Now you do this at 90% or more of your 1 RM. What that means is that you have a 1 RM, which stands for a 1 rep max. Now, the biggest exercises that are in weightlifting are the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Now, you have a 1 rep max, meaning that that is the maximum amount of weight that you can do on the exercise. So let's say a bench press, you get up and you come down and you get it up 1 time, and you cannot do 1 more rep after that 1 rep. That is the max amount of weight that you can do on that exercise. That is called your 1 rep max. Now the second method is called the dynamic method. That is where you take 30 to 40% of your 1 rep max. So let's say your back squat is 300 pounds. You would back squat 100 pounds, but in there you go fast. And then the third method is called the repetition method. This one goes anywhere from 40 to 85% of your 1 rep max. Now, if you're confused right now, I'm going to explain all this and how you can put all this together. Look, here's how it works. These 2 methods right here, the max effort and the dynamic, they make you strong. Now, it is very important that you're strong, because that strength then carries over to the repetition method. Now, most people, when they go into the gym, any gym, what do? They ask themselves, what body part is it today? And they'll say maybe it's upper body. So they get on the shoulder press machine, or maybe some dumbbell shoulder presses, and they do 3 sets of 10. Now that feels great, gives you a nice little pump, makes you look good, take some pictures, post it on Instagram and Facebook, get all the likes and the que hermosas. But the only way to really make progress is to get stronger, because then if you're stronger and you're lifting 3 sets of 10 on 30 pounds 1 week, go get stronger, and then after that you can go 3 sets of 10 on 40 pounds. Who's gonna build more muscle? 3 sets of 10 on 30 pounds or 3 sets of 10 on 40 pounds? Obviously the one that lifts more weight. Now you wanna build more muscle, and that is how you do it, by getting stronger. So let's take a back squat for example, right? A back squat. Your back squat max is 300 pounds. At the max effort method, you take 90% of your 1 rep max and you squat for 270 pounds or more, and you do that for either a 5 rep max, 1 set of 5, 1 set of 4, 1 set of 3, all the way down to a new 1 rep max. Now I recommend in this method for you, unless you're getting paid to lift weights, stay in this range right here. So work up to either a 5 rep max, a 4 rep max, a 3 rep max, and change up the tempos as you go along. So change up the speed in which you do it, you can change up your stance, you can change up the bar that you're using, but always make sure that you train over 90% of your 1 rep max. Now what this does is it increases your internal and external coordination, and it basically makes you stronger. Now here's what I want you to understand. Strength is a neural thing. So you don't really build a lot of muscle when you do that right there. Now in the dynamic method, you are accelerating that strength basically. The dynamic method focuses on your acceleration and focuses on your explosiveness and your type 2 muscle fibers. And what you do, let's say your back squat is 300 pounds, you take 30%, let's say, right? So let's just say 100 pounds. You do 9 sets of 3, and you get into that back squat, you go down fast, 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 3 reps, put it back, and do that for 9 sets. Now the reason we do that is because the very first law of physics is force equals mass multiplied by acceleration. So the mass represents the max effort method. The A represents the acceleration, that represents the dynamic method. Now the F is your overall strength. So if you train both of these methods right here, then you are going to get strong. Now if all you do is the repetition method, which is anywhere from 40 to 85% of your 1 rep max, it can be 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 8, 3 sets of 12, whatever, then you're never really gonna get stronger. You're gonna stay at the same level. Now, for beginners, if you just do this, you'll see results in the first 3 to 4 weeks, and that's fine, and then you'll plateau because you're not getting any stronger because you're not doing this. Now, the thing with the repetition method is that you do these to get stronger at this. Because when you get stronger at the repetition method, which is all the reps in the world, bodybuilding, all the things that people do when they go to the big gym, when you get stronger in that, you'll build more muscle. Now, the trick to the repetition method is to have a time under tension of 45 seconds or more. So let's take a bicep curl, for example, right? Because it's easy to demonstrate. So let's say you go up for 1 second, and you hold it up for 1 second, and you go down for 1 second. Then every rep that you do is 1 second up, 1 second hold, 1 second down. Every rep is 3 seconds. Now, you want to keep the muscle under tension for 45 seconds. That is when you build the maximum amount of muscle. That is when your body responds the most favorably to your efforts in order to grow it. So if every rep is 3 seconds, how many reps do you need then? That's 15 reps, right? Because 45 seconds divided by 3 is 15 reps. So the key right here is not so much how much weight you lift, it's not so much how many reps you do, it's more about how long you do it for. And that's why it's good to count how fast you go up, how fast you go down, or even how long you hold it for. But the key is, and I want you to understand this, that you're only gonna build muscle in this method right here. But you're gonna build a lot more muscle in this method if you're strong first. Now, if you're still watching this video, then I really appreciate it. Just hang on, I'm gonna make all this crystal clear in just a little bit, because you might be wondering, what is this guy talking about? You might be asking yourself that literally right now. What is this guy talking about? Let me explain to you right now. First off, you should know that your central nervous system gets basically pounded, attacked, when you go heavy and you go on 5 rep max in a back squat. Because there you are, squatting, you got the bar on your neck, you're compressing your spine, and your central nervous system needs to recover from that. And it takes 72 hours for your central nervous system to fully recover so it's ready for battle again. So we're gonna use that rule and apply it to the programming in your workout. And this is what we do in our SUF Elite program. Here's what it looks like. On Monday, you see right here, first we're gonna warm up. Actually, every day, it's 4 days a week. Every day, you see the warm up is in big letters because your warm up is way more important than you think it is. Your warm-up should serve to activate all your underactive muscles. Now, if you have an office job, and let's say you work out at night, you sit down on your butt is asleep, your hamstrings are tight, your lower back is not active, and you go to the gym and you just do a little bit of a warm-up, you go straight under a barbell, you are going to get injured at a certain point. You gotta get the blood flowing through your butt, your lower back, and your hamstrings, because those are usually the weakest muscles that people have. Then after that, the warm-up, we do our big lift. Now this is where you either do the number 1 or the number 2 method. So the max effort method or the dynamic method. On Monday and Tuesday, let's say you're doing a 5 rep max and 90% of your 1 rep max. You do a 5 rep max on a squat on Monday, then you do a 5 rep max on a bench on Tuesday. So this is where you go all out, 5 rep max, you hit 5 reps at a weight that you could not go 1 more rep. Now what this does is it tells your central nervous system, hey, we gotta get stronger. We gotta improve our internal and external coordination of the nerves with the muscles and all that. That's how you get stronger. But it's not how you build muscle. The way you build muscle is by then doing exercises and keeping the tension for 45 seconds. Now, if you keep the tension for 45 seconds, let's say on a side raise, then you know if you're gonna do it for 45 seconds, you can't go that heavy. So you're gonna go maybe 30, 40, maybe 50% of your 1 rep max. And that is what you do after your big lift. So I just wrote down reps, because that's basically what it is. You're doing a ton of reps. You can call it the bodybuilding method, but this is really the method, this black method right here, what you do after your big lift. That is the method that I would say 95% of everybody does when they go to the gym and they consider that lifting weights. And it's great, and it'll get you results. but you're gonna hit a plateau at a certain point because you're not boosting your strength levels. Now, look at this. You got 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours later, you're gonna do legs again, but you're not gonna do another 5 rep max. This is where you work on your speed. Remember that F is M multiplied by A, force is mass multiplied by acceleration. This is the mass part, this is the acceleration part. Now this is where you get on a squat, you can do the exact same squat you did earlier, and you do 9 sets of 3, you go fast. Now I don't want to get too technical, but basically you want to be moving at about 1 meter per second. You have to move fast, you have to explode, because that activates the type 2 muscle fibers, and that is going to help you get stronger. Why do you want to get stronger? Because even on your dynamic days, you're going to do reps, 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 reps after that. And this is where, you build all the muscle. So I hope you're getting the picture. Now after that, you can either do the upper body dynamic day on Friday, or you can do it on Saturday. It's really up to you. But you just want to make sure there's 72 hours in between your upper and your lower, or your 2 upper lifts, your 2 lower lifts. And this is how you put it all together. If you train like this, you will build muscle and get stronger with that strength that you build. You can then build more muscle. For you girls watching, you might be thinking, I don't want to get all bulky and look like a man. Don't worry, you only have about 1/3 of the testosterone that guys do. That's not going to happen. Secondly, with this method, you should realize, and with anything in life really, you never ever stand still. You either get better or you get worse. The same thing goes for your training. So if you're not consistently getting stronger, then you're getting weaker. That's not what you want. Another thing is that training to be stronger not only builds you more muscle, which boosts your metabolism, makes you look great with your clothes off and all that, but training to be stronger forces you to focus on your weak points. Now, I can tell you right now, I don't even know who's watching this video or who you are, but your lower back, your butt, and your hamstrings are probably weak. Same thing goes for your triceps, your lats, and your scapular retraction muscles. Because if you look at older people, how do they usually walk? They don't walk upright, they walk a little bit more like this. Why is that? Because gravity pulls you forward. Not only that, we're accelerating that problem by being on computers, grabbing steering wheels. Everything we do is in the forward motion. So a lot of times our shoulders are overactive because we're always reaching for things. We don't do enough backward motions, and really we all should be walking not like this, but right here like this. And it's almost weird if you walk like that right now because nobody does it. Just like it's weird if you drink enough water because nobody does it. Just like it's weird if you get enough sleep because nobody does it. So this right here is how you train to never have injuries again, because you're gonna focus on all your weak spots. And I recommend in your rep method, in your bodybuilding workouts that you do at the end of the workout, focus on your weak spots. Ask yourself, where am I weak? Where am I really struggling? That's what you need to do. Because if you focus on your weak spots, you'll be stronger overall. And trust me, that butt you wanted, those arms you wanted, that flat stomach you wanted, it'll all fall into place. Of course, provided that you also get your nutrition right. So I hope this makes sense, guys. I know this was a little bit longer than usual. If you liked it, then, or if you know somebody that might benefit from this information, then here's what I want you to do. You can hit share and like and all that stuff, but try to learn this, do this on your own. If you do this at SUF, we do this for you basically. When you sign up for Elite, we basically tell you this exactly. But teach it to somebody else, because if you teach it to somebody else, then that's how it's really going to stay ingrained into your head. And go do it on yourself, and then let me know how the results are. Just email me or leave a comment below. All right? Hope this made sense. All right? Have an awesome day. See you soon.